My name is Freya and I really like reptiles.
When Freya was about 5, we noticed there were certain things that she struggled with, not just at school, mostly at home, but that she would hold things in school all day and come out spinning like a top, and I'd go to school at one point every day for about a month, and then it was at least a weekly basis, and school kept saying to me, oh, she's okay, she's getting 10 out of 10, but actually she was struggling with all the other stuff.
Well, I just felt like I couldn't really do anything and, yeah, all that.
So I rang the number in the letter that Cam sent us. We were put in touch with Alicia, who then came to the house to work with all of us. She put us in touch with Bernardo's, who've been offering counselling for both Freya and us, among other things. That's ongoing. We've also had a meeting with school that she's helped to coordinate for the neurodevelopment assessment in the new year. And actually it feels like things are starting to fall into place now. Everything's working together, whereas before I was just clutching at straws and I didn't know where I was going and what I was doing. I was just phoning anybody and everybody, begging for help. And now I felt like someone just took my hand and led me.
Well, I've just felt better with all my emotional problems since I met Alicia. And it's been really helpful because sometimes they distress me in my everyday life, which is quite often. And it's a lot easier for a load of other people as well. Everyone's different, but with me it was just like really, really different. And it just felt weird, but now it's better than that. I still feel different, everyone's different, but less different than I did before.
I can actually see a light at the end of a long dark tunnel now, because I didn't feel like we were going anywhere. And I felt like I was drowning a little bit actually.
Well, I just feel like I can do a lot more things than I used to feel like I could do. Like, I can probably sort out an emotional problem by myself. Not a really big one, but like something like, what should I wear? Should I wear this or this? Or should we go to the beach or should we go to the woods? It's usually simple everyday problems that really get on my nerves. And I just felt like I can do them a lot more than I used to feel like I could do since I met Alicia.
Really optimistic that you know, there is help out there. Sorry. I don't think I was going to cry. No, I'm all right. There is help out there, but you just need the right person to take your hand.
I think my mum and dad, they just felt like I could be more independent and all that, because I used to rely on them for things like that, but now I can make more of my own decisions.
Benefits for the family and, well, for myself as well is that we've got someone to sort of coordinate and focus us a bit. Previously, before, we were sort of a bit clutching at straws and not really knowing where to go with the situation with Freya and with us. So it's it's essentially just, you've kind of pointed us in the right direction and helped where we needed to go with things with all of us, really. So it has helped.
We've all felt supported in different ways, not just for her, but for things for us as a couple and as individuals.
If I saw another child with the same problems as me, I would tell them, you need to find someone to speak to, someone you can trust with this information.